Hello and welcome to Business Litigation TV, the internet's most passionate show about business litigation. I'm your host, Jesse Eisenberg, and I am a New York Business Litigation Attorney. Today, as you can see, I am going casual. It's Casual Friday. I'm feeling nice and good. Weekend's almost here. It's a beautiful fall day. And today I want to talk about plaintiff's proof. What that means is that no matter what, plaintiff has to prove their case, okay? It does not matter if you know you're in the right, you think no matter what God is on your side. Yes, I've had multiple people tell me that. Justice will prevail, any of those excuses. Number one, you need to prove your case. I just had someone consult with me, and she really wanted to file another lawsuit. She had filed one, and it got thrown out because her complaint had zero information about why she was suing the other party. When she went in front of the judge, and yes, she was doing this pro se, which means by herself, no attorney. When she went in front of the judge, what she said was, well, they know what they did. That means less than zero, okay? What's important is you show the judge what they did, because it's the judge making the decision. And you have to start your case from A and take it all the way to Z. Don't skip any letters in there, okay? Don't skip a step. You have to be able to prove all the elements of your case, which means basically you have to show what they did wrong, how it's the cause of action, basically. So like if it's a breach of contract, you have to show there was a contract, they breached it, you performed your part, usually not in that order, and you were damaged. And then you have to show exactly how those damages are calculated. Now, if you want to know how to calculate damages, you can always look back on a couple of my other videos, and I explain that. But again, you have to show it from A to Z. And you know what? Attorneys are guilty of this mistake all the time. Okay? For example, let's say an attorney represents a homeowners association, or I'll make this even easier. They represent an apartment building. Okay? And they're used to evicting tenants. They do it multiple times a year, all in front of the same judge. They make the mistake of they start getting lazy. They don't prove the case from A to Z. You know, as the plaintiff, they have to prove that they own the building. Step one, their client owns the building. That's step one. You miss that step, you don't win the case. But yet here they are trying to skip to the end because the judge knows them. They know that they own the building. Doesn't matter. You have to prove your case A to Z. If you don't bring proof that you own the building every time, you're not going to win your case. Okay? Even for attorneys. So, remember, you need all the proof in the world, okay? And that includes proving how much you're owed, okay? You don't get to pick and choose, all right? Just still a fair warning. If somebody did some work and they did it wrong, they did $100,000 work, they did $60,000 wrong, you have to prove the $60,000 in damages what they did wrong, okay? You don't just say, well, look at how bad it is, and they'll say, and the judge may say, yeah, it looks awful. They did a horrible job. Now, how much is that worth? You have to prove it. Okay. Hopefully, I've said it enough here to really get it in your head. But again, plaintiff has to prove their case. Then it's the defendant's job to combat what the plaintiff proved. Okay. Because it's plaintiff goes, defendant goes. All right. And then the defendant has to show why what the plaintiff said isn't true, or why they still wouldn't owe the money. You know, like in a breach of contract, plaintiff proves their case, but defendant goes, wait a minute, they needed to buy all the materials or something. That was part of the contract. And they didn't buy any materials. So how could I paint the house? Obviously, So that's where the defendant would come in and say, yeah, I didn't perform, but they didn't either. All right, so, but plaintiff proves first, defendant counters it if they can. All right. If the plaintiff doesn't prove their case, if they show up and they don't prove their case A to Z, the defendant doesn't have to do anything. They can just say they didn't prove their case. Judge will say, you're right, case out, done. Okay? That's why plaintiff proves their case, because defendant doesn't have to do anything until the plaintiff proves their case. Alright guys, I hope this helps, but if you have any questions, feel free to email me, jesse@jdelaw.nyc, that's JESSE@jdelaw.nyc. Alright, until next time, have a great day.